Laura could not know that name, and Gavin here could not know that name. No. For the first time then out loud, what was the name you were thinking of?
Na.
Na, spelt?
N-A.
Spelt N-A. Thank you very much. Na. Come forward for us, take a few steps forward. Did anybody touch that?
I didn't feel anybody touch it, no.
You've had your arms around it all the time, locked to you, yes?
Oh, yeah.
If there's anything on there that even resembles this name, Na, it cannot be attributed to human activity. This can only be attributed to the spirits. Do you want to look?
I'll have a peek.
Go on then. Turn it around. Turn it around. We have N-A, yes? No? Proof, ladies and gentlemen, of the spirit world. Gavin and us to the head right now. Thank you. Rudy, you were sensational. Thank you, sir. And Laura, just let me take this from you here. Thank you very much indeed. You were absolutely lovely. Laura, ladies and gentlemen, our spirit medium. Thank you all. Right, we will let the dead rest in their graves now. I've been looking into how they cracked the Enigma code. This is another reason, not the main reason still, I will get to the main reason, but it's one of the reasons why this show is called Enigma, and the guiding principle behind the cracking of that code was the simple realization that nothing is random, that human beings at least are unable to make truly random decisions. And that's what I'd like to explore now by finishing the show where I started. Greg was giving us 5 random words, but they still told us what it was he was thinking of, and now I'm going to give you a similar challenge to try to make a random decision. And some of you have done this already in the interval. When you came up and voted for one of those pictures on the pad, and the gentleman here has the pad, could you take that out for me? What I want you to do is to work out what the most popular one tonight was, sir. What's your name? James. Just work it out for me. Just make a mental note when you've got that, James. Nothing out loud, just make a mental note. While James does that, let's get 6 of you up here, 6 men, please, to make some random decisions of your own. 1, 2, 3. If you know you are a lady, pass them to the nearest man. 4, 5, men only, and watch out for that one. 6, there it goes. Thank you. Round of applause for our 6 men. Get yourselves up here. Steps on either side. Thank you. Thank you. Hello, sir. What's your name? Nico. Thank you very much, Nico. Come and stand here for me in the middle. And your name, sir? Tony. Tony, pleasure to meet you. Tony, I'll put you there next to Nico. And you are?
Chris.
Chris, lovely to meet you, Chris. Let me just put you just there. And you are?
Gary.
Gary, nice to meet you too, Gary, if I put you just there. And sir, your name is? Ian, lovely to meet you, Ian. I'll put you just there. Thank you, Ian. And you are?
Sebastian.
Sebastian. Thank you very much, Sebastian. Good. So we have Sebastian and Ian, Tony, Nico, Chris, and Gary. All right. I have 6 stickers, numbered 1 to 6. You take any one you like and peel the backing off, and then just put the sticker on your front so they can all clearly see what number you've chosen. Does that make sense? So, Gary, if I give this to you, maybe you can give them a little bit of a mix and start passing them out. But as quick as you can, get yourself a number, grab any one you like, number yourselves, chuck the backing paper on the floor. James, did you get a chance to add those up? Lovely. I will come to you in one moment and ask you what that is. I'll take the pad back from you now if you like. Thank you very much. Thank you, James. Good. Gentlemen, would you take 2 steps forward, nice and quickly, 2 steps forward, and then turn around and look behind you. Here you'll see 6-lettered lollipop sticks, A to F. You're going to go and stand in front of any one of these that you like. So, gentlemen, just go and mix yourselves up. Stand in front of anyone you like. Get yourselves into a random order. Thank you. Just stay on this side so we can keep sight of you. Did that feel random? Probably not to you, Gary. You didn't get any choice there of where to go at all. It's very difficult to do that truly at random. So look, we're going to do it properly. We will do this properly. We're going to play a bit of music. I'll look the other way. You mix yourselves up. You stop whenever you like. But when you've all stopped, Greg, if you can give me the thumbs up when they've all stopped, I will cut the music when I get the signal from you, Greg. So gentlemen, please mix yourselves now into a new order. Off you go. Greg, got the thumbs up from Greg. We'll cut the music there. Thank you very much. So we now have this order. We have 1, 3, 2, 6, 4, 5. Lovely. All right, now we need a lady. A lady, please, to come up and make some random decisions. Can we get a round of applause for our lady? Thank you very much. Thank you, madam. What's your name, madam? Helen. Hello, Helen. Lovely to meet you. Let me take that from you. Can I bring you over here, Helen? I'm going to ask you to come and stand by the microphone here so we can hear you. So, Helen, you have an important random decision to make now of your own. You have to choose one of these men. Face the front for me. You know looking, because you have to do this at random, and the chances are by now you'll have a bit of a soft spot for one of them. And if you chose somebody because you like the look of them, that would not be random. I want you to, in your mind, change your mind a few times, and you're going to give me a letter between A and F. Whichever letter you pick, we'll choose the man that happens to be stood in front of that letter. Change your mind a few times, and then tell me whatever letter you'd like.
C.
C. If you turn and look now, you've chosen Sebastian. Please turn and look. Are you happy that Sebastian here, Helen, it was a free choice?
Yes.
Absolutely sure? Happy with that? And you have just gone for the guy you fancied as well, I can tell. So, I need to establish a psychic connection now between Helen and Sebastian. So, Helen, would you come and shake hands with Sebastian? Please shake hands and wait for it. Bang! There it is. That is our psychic connection. Please remember that. Helen, put yourself back. Now we need the pictures. Ian, in the box behind you. There are some big envelopes bound together with elastic. Each one of these numbers relates to a picture. And Ian is bringing me the pictures now. Thank you very much. I'm going to put one here at the front. You'll be able to keep an eye on this in the front. You'll see no one's going to touch this or go anywhere near it. That is right there. Thank you. There is an envelope for you, Helen, with one set of pictures. I have the other set of pictures here. My set is numbered, and I'm going to give each one of these gentlemen their corresponding numbered picture. All I'd say is please don't turn anything round, because I don't want Helen knowing which number relates to which picture on the other side. So number 1 there, Tony at the end of the row. So number 1 is starting off our row, but only because Tony happened to randomly put it yourself at the end, didn't you? Lovely. Number 2, Sebastian. Thank you. Hold that there. And you're only holding number 2 again, because you happen to randomly stick yourself with number 2, yes? And when I say stick yourself with number 2, I know Greg likes a little bit of that, don't you, Greg? Number 3, again, just there for me. Number 4, Chris, up against your chest there for me. Number 5, thank you, Ian, just there. And number 6, Gary, if you don't mind, up against your chest there. So we have a random order of numbers, and therefore a random order of pictures. And in a moment, we'll turn them around. We'll see what the random order of pictures is. However, first of all, you have to choose a picture. Please excuse me, I'm going to great lengths here to make sure everything is properly random, so bear with me a little longer. I've got the same set of pictures for you, but these are not numbered, so you can't even tell which gentleman they refer to. I'll tell you what the pictures are, though. They're the ones you voted on in the interval. I should just point out they are meaningless. They're random clip art. Doesn't matter what you pick, doesn't say anything about you, so thank you for doing that. I'll give them a little mix for you, Helen, because you've got to do this at random. It's so important you don't know which is which. So if I deal them out, you just tell me to stop wherever you like. Sure? Okay. Could you hold it up against yourself? And don't look at it. If you can do it without looking, that's great. Now, are you happy, into the mic maybe, are you happy that that was a random choice? Are you happy, into the mic?
Yes.
And you're happy that Sebastian was a random choice of gentlemen?
Yes.
And you're happy that number 2 is a random choice on your part, yes? Everything is random, but nothing is random. So because these two, Helen and Sebastian, are psychic partners, these two randomly chosen pictures should match. All right, Helen, would you please turn your picture around, show them what you've got. It is the ice cream. Helen, stop me on the ice cream. One of you gentlemen will be holding the matching ice cream. Sebastian, turn yours around, show them what you've got. Number 2 is the ice cream. It is a perfect match. Thank you very much indeed. Gentlemen, could you all turn yours round? They're not all ice creams. We do have a perfect match. Thank you, Helen. Thank you, Sebastian. Could you clip those on the bulldog clips behind you with the pictures facing the audience? Thank you very much indeed. Now, all very well and good, but you're probably now thinking, all right, a bit of a long way just for that. That's just a coincidence. And you'd be right. You would be right. That was just a coincidence. But that is a particular sort of coincidence. It's one that I can foresee. I can know in advance that that will happen. Essentially, there were 2 discrete random events that had to occur in order for that to happen. First of all, that you had to stop me on the ice cream, but also that you had to say position C, because if you'd have said any other letter, that clearly wouldn't have worked. And if you'd have put yourself anywhere other than position C with your number 2 picture of the ice cream, it wouldn't have worked either. So 2 things, the ice cream and position C. You've had your eyes on this. No one's been anywhere near it. 2 random events, but nothing is random. 1 card. 2 pieces of information, the ice cream and in position C. Thank you very much indeed. Thank you, Helen. You were lovely. Helen, ladies and gentlemen. Ian, I'll let you head back to seat now. Thank you very much. Ian, thank you, Chris. Thank you, Gary. Sebastian, thank you very much. Nico and Tony, thank you very much. Please a round of applause for our 6 men and for Helen as well. But, I now don't want you going home thinking that if you'd have been up here, you'd have done something different, that if it was you, you'd have been unpredictable. You wouldn't have fallen into any of those patterns. You had your chance. You had your chance in the interval when you came up and voted for one of the pictures by putting a little cross on the pad. And James down here has added them up. James, come forward for me. What was the most popular chosen picture at random tonight?
Confetti.
Confetti was the most popular chosen picture tonight. And the more astute amongst you may have noticed it's also the one that's missing from this lineup. There were 7 to choose from in the interval. But at the start of the show, I gave Barry an envelope. Where are you, Barry? This is your big moment. It contains a prediction. Come forward. I want you to rip the red tab off the back. Thank you, Barry. And if you can just pull out what's inside, I'm going to take the end of it. If you face it this way, in your nicest, clearest voice from the top.
I, Derren Brown, hereby predict that tonight at the New Wimbledon Theatre, the most popular picture chosen by the audience will be confetti.
The confetti. Thank you so much, Barry. You can head back. There it is. Thank you so much. You picked the right one. But, it was, if you remember, it was choose one at random. Do you remember that? It was not choose your favourite one. If it was choose your favourite one, then it would be easy to predict. You probably would have gone for the ice cream yourself, or the apple juice maybe, because it's an interval. You're thinking about refreshments, yes? You could have gone for the egg. We have the needle there, the moose head, any of these pictures that are now randomly ordered here behind me, but you didn't. You had to choose the confetti. And why? Because nothing is random. And why is nothing random? Because we're all human beings, so we can be influenced through everything we hear, everything we touch, and everything we see. And you have been seeing something for the entire duration of this show, all the way through the first half, throughout the interval, and throughout the second half. And some of you are noticing it now, I can see. You had to do it. You had to choose the confetti. Thank you for coming tonight. Thank you for playing. Thank you for choosing the confetti. And good night.
Hello there. I'm Christine and I'm Derren's mother. And the bottle there. Thank you for coming to the show tonight. I do hope you enjoyed it because he does put an awful lot of hard work into it. Now, to play us out, I'd like to leave you in the company, the rather exciting company, of 4 very handsome young men who call themselves Max Blythe.
Recently I've been talking to Derren to leave your coats on the floor, 'cause there's a bit more, believe me. The pictures were picked up, and then the men were all mixed up. Because of the mixture, the order of pictures is random. But we know from Derren, the order of pictures will not stand it. He said, obviously, the order will be an apple and needle, and then an ice cream, and there'll be juice sandwich and apple juice, oh yeah, they're all there, and there'll be juice sandwich and apple juice, oh yeah. And Derren said he convinced you, use it as voodoo. He said he bet he could make you choose confetti, but there's more. If any men had switched, they wouldn't match the lollipop stitch. Hey, he said, obviously, the order will be an egg and a needle, and then an ice cream, then there'll be juice and mousse and apple juice, oh yeah. There'll be juice and mousse and apple juice, oh yeah. Good luck, Derren! Hope it works out.
He should have been wrong. Thank you so much for coming tonight. Good night. Oh, one thing. Wait, stop. Sorry. One thing. Sorry. Sit yourselves back down just for a second. You can stand back up again in a minute. One thing, I don't want you going away now thinking, oh, they just had 4,084 different versions of that film, which they would play, depending on what order those men mixed themselves up into with those pictures. They had to mix themselves into that order. They had to mix themselves into 1, 3, 2, 6, 4, 5. It had to be that order, and with those pictures, it wouldn't have worked if the confetti was in there. It had to be those pictures, and in that order, because I decided on that order 2 years ago when I came up with the name for this show, and this is the main reason why the show is called Enigma, because egg begins with an E, needle, an N, ice cream, an I. That is G for goose, M for moose, and A gives you the apple juice. That's the main reason why the